Welcome back to Wealthy Business, the channel where we decode the most pressing financial, tech, and personal growth topics of our time. Today, we're diving into a topic that's rapidly gaining importance but rarely discussed with the transparency it deserves: the economics and power dynamics behind green software certifications. You've probably noticed more and more companies flaunting labels like carbon neutral, eco-certified, or green software verified. But how reliable are these claims? Who decides what counts as green? And more importantly, who funds these certifiers and how might that funding influence the outcome? Let's unpack this, piece by piece. Why green certification matters. With global awareness of climate change surging, companies in the software and tech industry are under pressure to reduce their carbon footprint, not just physically, but digitally. Yes, even your code and the apps you build consume energy. Data centers, cloud platforms, and inefficient algorithms all contribute to emissions. As a result, many development firms are seeking environmental certifications. These stamps of approval can offer credibility, attract ESG-conscious investors, and satisfy government and customer demands. But here's the twist. The very system designed to verify sustainability is itself vulnerable to bias, manipulation, and conflicts of interest. The money trail, how certifications are funded. Let's start with the basics. Every certification needs funding, but where that funding comes from matters a lot. 1. Bcorp certification, mission-driven but fee-based. One of the most popular sustainability credentials is Bcorp, administered by B-Lab. It's widely respected and mission-driven, but B-Lab is primarily funded by, you guessed it, fees paid by the companies it certifies. This creates a potential conflict. If you're financially dependent on companies seeking approval, are you incentivized to be truly critical? To be fair, B-Lab tries to mitigate this through nonprofit status and support from philanthropic foundations like Rockefeller and Skoll, but the underlying risk remains. Science-Based Targets Initiative, integrity versus pressure. Then there's the Science-Based Targets Initiative, SBTI, a heavyweight in climate validation. It recently caused controversy by proposing the inclusion of carbon offsets in its framework. SBTI, too, relies heavily on validation fees from companies. While it gets funding from climate-forward organizations like the Bezos Earth Fund, the pressure to approve applicants can compromise objectivity. For software companies, getting SBTI validation is like earning a badge of honor. But at what cost? The investment in validation is steep, and there's growing concern that fee pressure could skew decision-making. Enter the Green Software Foundation, home to the SCI, Software Carbon Intensity Specification. Sounds promising, right? But here's the catch. It was founded by tech giants like Microsoft, GitHub, and Accenture. Its primary funding comes from membership fees. Again, from the very players who stand to benefit from more lenient standards. This raises a crucial question. When the biggest polluters in software development create the rulebook, can we trust the rules? Even though the foundation operates under the Linux Foundation and encourages community input, it's impossible to ignore the influence of its corporate backers. Not all certifications are created equal. Government-backed programs like Energy Star, funded through the EPA, offer more perceived neutrality, but they're also subject to political shifts. If leadership changes, so does the commitment to green standards. Private players like Carbon Trust blur the lines further, offering both consulting and verification services. That's like your personal trainer also selling you a certified meal plan that they created. It's hard to remain impartial. If you're a software company or even a solo developer trying to go green, it's not enough to pick any certification with a nice logo. You need to ask, who funds the certification? Are the certifiers truly independent? What's the track record of the auditors? Does the certification reflect real environmental impact or just good marketing? Take ISO 14001, for example. The ISO sets the standard, but third-party auditors do the certifying. Unfortunately, the quality of those auditors can vary dramatically, especially across regions. So it's not just about the standard, it's about who enforces it. To make green software certification trustworthy and truly impactful, we need systemic change. Here are a few key reforms. Diversified funding. Reduce reliance on corporate fees, independent verification, separate standard setters from auditors. Financial transparency. Disclose all revenue relationships. Auditor rotation. Prevent cozy long-term client relationships. The ultimate model might blend publicly funded standards with independent, rotating auditors governed by a multi-stakeholder board. This would balance integrity with flexibility. The rise of green software is exciting. It's a sign that the industry is evolving, becoming more responsible, more thoughtful, and more attuned to its global impact. But without rigorous, transparent certification systems, we risk turning sustainability into yet another marketing gimmick. As developers, business leaders, and informed consumers, we must demand truth over convenience. Only then will the labels we trust actually mean something and push our industry toward a genuinely greener future. This is Wealthy Business. I'm Roberto, and if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives on finance, tech, and personal growth. See you in the next video.